Well, hello everybody, Smith here, and welcome to another Minecraft Dinosaurs episode. And we're on the Isla Sorna again, and we're back to do the Workers' Village and the Aviary tonight. So let's have a look at what we're doing. So you can see we are by a lovely inlet, safe inlet, and I've been doing some terraforming. You know, for the people who watch me, like over the next 6 episodes, and we're going to do some stuff in between because I know a lot of you like the T-Rex episode that I've just done, and I'm going to do another episode next. Somebody made a comment. Why don't I do the raptors? Why don't I do all the raptors from all the JurassiCraft versions, you know, the JP ones and the JW ones. I think that's a good idea because there's a lot to show you. If you go and make a comment on that video and say which dinosaur you'd like to see me do a special video on, and we're going to do that from there. So we're going to be guided by you, the fans, to see. Anyway, without further ado, let's get cracking on this. So you can see I've done a bit of terraforming already, did this behind the scenes because it's just easy to do it using my favourite world edit. And you can see that I've done a layout for the Workers' Village. Now, some people are going to say there's too many buildings, too less buildings, it's the wrong shape, it's the wrong type. So let me just tell you what I'm going to do. So this Workers' Village is from JP Cannon, from Trespasser, from various maps that have been done, and I refer to the JP Legacy site, which is no longer, but if you know how, you can still see the JP Legacy site. There are ways on the internet to see that site if you need to. So there you go. That's all I'm going to tell you. You can see any site if you wish to do so. So what have I done? Well, I've brought the film cannon into this as well. Oh, I didn't know we had a little bit of water over there. So let's have a look at the layout. So we will have, once I take the roof off and we're going to reconfigure that, we will have the communication centre down here. With the helipad over there. I'm going to leave that tower, reconfigure, take that chimney down, and then put the new front on it, or the original front. And we're still going to have the water area in front and the car park area. And you can see I have got this road which leads quite happily in from this area down here from the docks. So we're going to put docks in here as well, because this was the main hub of Isla Sorna, because the workers were ferried here, and then they literally did all their work. And the other thing I'm going to do is put some unusual buildings in, like the Mr. Wu's, Dr. Wu's residence for when he was here in the 80s leading up to the 90s. So I'm going to put that in. He had his bungalow with a swimming pool and all sorts. So I aim to do that, and I aim to do it over, because it's such a big build like Jurassic World was. I won't be doing straight through episodes. I might do 2 episodes on JP, or I might do 1 episode, then we'll do interject with the dinosaur spotlight, and we come back, and then I might go off to Jurassic World. So do not expect this to be built in a day. So let's have a look over here. Now, the village, and I will be putting some photos up while I'm talking, the village is based upon the original, this layout is based on the original model that was made for the Jurassic Park movie. Now, what happened was, in the end, when they made the model, they switched some buildings around, by the way, because I've got pictures. This lovely corner building here, which is very similar to the Margaritaville. Interestingly, I think they took some inspiration from that. That was originally on one of the pictures down here at this side, there. So, and the buildings are interchanged, and they had the fuel, the garage, up here. So this now will be the garage here. This will be, there's like a store place here. There's a house here, a house here. There's another premises over here. Now I'm going to do shops underneath and stuff. And then I think that's the big house here with the roof on it, and there's a house in the middle. This was like the bar. It's like I could say it's like a Wild West bar. Now I've got those lines back again. I can't remember how I got rid of them. I'm going to have to look at it and see. But this is the bar, which I might start with this building once I do the other one. And over in the corner here, there's some artwork There is a or thermal plant here with loads of pipes, and then you can see this for people that know the Jurassic Park franchise and have seen the pictures before. There's this building here which is like a square building, and you can see from this artwork that if it's looking from this direction, so I'm using various artwork to bring the village to life. And if you remember rightly, we are now in 2015, and what happened was, as well as Isla Nublar being built, I'm pretending that the village has been rebuilt and Isla Sorna still exists. I think we know that already, but there we go. So you can see the picture there. There's electrics and hydro stuff, and then there's the corner building behind over there, and there's a couple of versions of that, so we'll see. Now all the buildings here also have give me an impression of tropical, cross between Wild West buildings that you'd see in a Western and like buildings you see in the tropics, because they've all got like verandas and places you can walk in the dry when it's pouring rain, because we know in the jungle, as well as the lovely sunshine. And this backdrop is fantastic. This is why I chose this. Now I'm also at the south of the island, which one of the maps has, and I'm well aware that the modern day thinking now maybe that this workers village will be more inland, but there's still open to interpretation. And the JP Legacy site did the most work on trying to establish where the worker village was. For us it doesn't really matter, because the point is we're going to build it, and we're going to start building it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start taking this off, but before then we want to start our build today. So I'm going to take you across to the aviary, and we're going to do the big dome, because I've done a bit of work with this. I haven't put it up because I wanted to show you guys. So TP, so we will 4023 116 115 116 and 18,044. So let's pray and see that we are here. We are very lucky. Haha, we are here. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I've done some stuff here. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. But the dome, let me just come right over here, because this is pretty close, but it's not as close as the movie set. It's exactly as the map is rather than the movie set. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place, and I've played around, I've done about 16 domes to get it absolutely where I want it. I'm going to place the dome here, which is made of glass, and then we're going to put the metalwork on it and the gates down here, and then we're going to put the framework for the aviary, which goes all the way along there. Now remember, in 1.8 we have got tons of flying creatures, and I'll do the pterosaur nest at that end. Now the movie has it's quite seen from the scenes, it sort of sits on top of here, and the framework goes along the side and then keeps the flying creatures in this particular area, which is pretty brilliant really, how they did it. And then we'll stop it at the other end, and then we're also going to put the famous building on top of here as well, where they all run, and we're going to put the Spinosaurus fence. I'm going to put the Spinosaurus fence across here, so we can sort of, because we don't know that Spinosaurus was jumped off over here, so we'll have the Spinosaurus running around here as well. So you can see we've got a lot to do here, and we're going to take our time to do it. This is all alright, consider I terraformed it. So let's go down and get the dome. Let's get this dome in. In fact, what I need to do as well is, it's not running at 60 frames because I need to just change because I had it like way out, 24. Let's get it back to 16. 18, 16, there we go. We should get the frame rates up nice. I do like the frame rates. Hope you're all enjoying. If you've got the way to do it, it's playing it and watching it on 1080p. I also know that it looks really good on tablets. So let's do this. Let's go in here. So you can see when I go in here, you'll see the map go around. I had to play around. I first started here, did a dome, moved down, did a dome, went lower, did a dome, moved along here, did a dome. You can see the tunnel I've got now in the map here, did a dome, come down here, and in the end fell down this hole, down to here. Look how much trouble I went to, and the dome is here. So we're going to use world edit, and the command is // H sphere, and I've already done this, so we are ready to go, but I want to show you H sphere, and it's 95, which is the block number 95 8, and it is 80 in size. Let's see how many blocks I'm going to create. 68,472. So let's go and have a look. And that's how you do. That's how you make a dome. You've got to, once you got to work out how it looks, it's got to fit in the landscape, and then you set it up. Now the trouble is, it's just a glass dome. Aha! The glass dome is here. There we go. Woohoo! And you see, it just clips the hillside as per the movie. So let's just take this out here. Go out here. So we've got to do some. Remember here. Ooh, no, that's not the thing I wanted to use. That is not the one. Remember here, there's a load of metal work, and this water is a lot deeper than it is in the movie. So hey, we'll just live with it. We'll live with it. But here we go, guys. If I step back, here is the dome, because from the picture, if it was just about here, you can see just up there, you'll be able to see the building. So I had to sort of get it set up and play around with it. And the idea is the dome goes round the hillside, and then what happens is, because if you remember rightly, the creature flew down here. So there is a question mark where I start the next bit. So you can see, I think that I'm going to have a bit of poetic license. I think that I will start. Hey, it's raining again. We love rain. In fact, do I have I might have it on this one. Settings, prevent rain. There we go. So we should stop rain. Yeah, so then I'm going to build the structure like here, start it here. And then what we're going to do is, it's going to be fun once we get it, because it's not straight across. I could cheat, but we're not going to do straight across, because we've got to meet the valley across here, literally at that height. So it is going to be, it's going to be interesting. In fact, probably that's going to be right there. Yeah. So, and do the metalwork as such. So that's going to be fun. And then start this building across. So what I'm going to do is, of course it needs some daylight back here. Go across the other side. There we go. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start with the metalwork and just do like a bit of the framework to match the movie shot, just to start it off. And then I shall come back. I might actually do the first beam across, the first beam. It's like, now before you say, on the movie it was metal like gauze. Now Minecraft, if I put and use the metal framework, the animals will escape. Let me show you, it's really hard. So that's why we're going to use the modern tech. Remember, this has been refurbed for 2015 with the new technology that they used for the Aviary on Jurassic World. So we're going to stick with that. So it's going to be quite easy to do, to be honest, because I can just work and get it done. In fact, that's actually, it's that easier to do it that way, is it? Ooh, that's going to be fun. So what I'm going to do is start the ring all the way around and replace the metal, and I might do the first metal girder across to match the picture, as we can see. And then once we've done a bit of this, we're going to head back to the village and really start doing that. So we'll be back shortly after I do a bit of building. So guys, here you go. What do you think so far? I've done quite a lot. You notice down here, I'll bring up the... notice down here I've landscaped the area where they escaped at the end. I've got the dome right. I've had to play around, had to redo them a couple of times to get the lines going up. It's easy to do. Let me just show you on top. It's dead easy to do on the crisscross bit, but trying to get it exactly right, look, just down there on the quarter. I haven't done the back quarter yet. I will do to match it up, because the dome then fits in that particular area quite rightly. And then I've got to open it out at the back. At some point here, what I'm gonna do is I will open up. I will keep the beams, but there will be an open area once I get the top area on. So let's just go down and see the new bit, because what I've done is I've made it modern and kept the old, and I'll show you what I mean. Because on the original one from 1997, there is the walkway where they escaped here, and the where they jumped in, and the pterosaur tried to come through the metal bit here. So what I've done is I've just literally built onto the dome all the way around. I've done this ring. I've sort of put some detail in. In fact, what would be really good is, why didn't I put these on here? I put lighting on it, so why didn't I put those on there? That would make it pretend to be electrified, wouldn't it? Like that. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. I've also lit it up for nighttime inside, so it's all great. But it's very hard with Minecraft with the big blocks to do anything more than this sort of representation, because the gauze, this is all here to allow the river to flow, but not allowed to anything escape, because obviously it's a river. So the river comes in from the top end through the waterfall and rapids, and then comes out to the other end. So you can't have glass down there, although I have. I'm not going to deny that, because that's how it was built for me. Right, there we go. So there we go. We can see. There you go. You can see it now all the way around. Let me just go time set night just to show you. I haven't done much lighting, but we have got some lighting. So let's just go in over here. There we go. And we come in walking through here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there's the light there. What I've done is lit it up. I'm going to light it sort of at certain points as well. But you can see here, it's all lit up in the dark, which I think looks quite nice. I've also, as you can see, done the light. I've done the light setting on there, but also put the buttresses all the way through, because that's where the way it was designed. And I know I've kept the glass there. It's just to stop the first dinos escaping. In fact, as it's a sealed unit, why don't we bring one in? Why don't we just bring one in for this episode? That'd be quite good, wouldn't it? Let's go for eggs. PTMOMLMNOP. Pteranodon. Let's bring this one in. Let's bring this one in. Let's see what happens, shall we? Shall we just set the first couple alive? Here we go. Here we go. Can I? Which ones? There's no male and female on this. Off you go. Look at that. That's beautiful. Look at the little legs at the back as well. Let's do another one. Let's, in fact, can we get baby? Yes, there's a baby. Whoa. That was off. Is that the... Here we go. There's... Oh, yes, we got the other one. That's good. That's the male one. Look at the red crest. Isn't that really cool? I'm not going to do many because it really hits the frame rates, because we've got to put some over. See, that got hit, but isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, there's male and female. I like that. So there you go. A couple of pteranodons and a baby. Is that in the water? Is he already drowned? Yeah. Doesn't like the water, does he? He's going to drown. Oh, he's off again. Wow. Oh, no. Well, is that because the baby ones can't fly? Go on. Get over there. Oh, we'll see how he goes. He's probably drowned, actually. That's quite funny. Oh, no, he's up. He's flying. Oh, that's cool. Right, okay, so yes, we've done that, and then what I've got to do, there's a staircase. We won't do that this time. The staircase, it starts going up. So again, we've started a dome. I'm quite pleased with that in terms of this episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to knit back to the works, and we shall, workers village should be 5860. And we will start doing renovating the control room. Oh, that's where I've obviously put it as the workers village. Yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to strip down the control center over here. And take all the glass off, take the chimney off, and then put the water in. So I'm going to take a bit off, and then before I start building anything, I'll show you the shell that we're going to start with. So and we're going to do a bit more before we finish the episode. So we'll be back very shortly. So welcome back, guys. We're back at the workers village, and since you were last here, I've taken that great big chimney off the top. I've decided to keep this at the moment, but look, I have had to split the model from the previous one because on this particular version for the workers village, it is higher off the ground. These plants won't be here as well. I'll be getting rid of all these plants because literally the top deck comes out a bit more, so we're going to have a top deck which is higher. You can see the height. I've gone 5 blocks higher to do that because the second set of steps it literally comes to the walkway here. This walkway is going to be wider, by the way, so I've got to adapt that. The walkway comes here, and then the second set of steps comes up to here. I've taken all the glass off to where we want to do. And I've also obviously lifted it off the ground, which is really cool because I can put some more ground in underneath after I've done the water, and the water actually sort of goes underneath. And this here doesn't have this little level. It's on legs. See the stilts that you've got here? It's actually sort of on stilts again, although it looks pretty precarious to say the least. So what I'm just going to do is I'm literally going to make this pathway wider here. Also, I think yes, it goes around the side. So we got the 2 sets of windows. We've got the doors. This paneling, there's like white paneling here, which is different, and then the walkway goes around the side and underneath. And I've got to take that out. So what I'm going to do is get rid of the plants, redo the walkway at the front to the correct level. Yeah, we're missing the water here. Where did that's gone as well, the water that side. I don't know, I did that in the obviously when I was messing around with it. And then do the steps at that level, and also change these. I've kept this as a marker for the beams over the top. Also I don't know whether to extend it a bit wider. I mean, what I'm going to do for this one, I'm going to adapt it, and like this is sort of ideal to put a landing pad on top of here sort of thing to the right. So I don't know, I'm sort of going to, because it was all falling to ruin from the 90s, of course. It's getting rebuilt, so if you rebuild something, you know, if you do a house or anything, you get additions on. So I think on the original model the helicopter landing pad was a bit small and was a bit precarious, although a very small helicopter did land on it. It wouldn't be useful as a proper helicopter pad. You need to be bigger. So give me a few minutes and I'll be back to finish that off. Right guys, welcome back, and I thought I'd leave it on dark just to show you how it's lit up at night, but I've made some major changes to this building. I've had to completely rebuild this step area here, or the walkway area here. I've rebuilt or added to the step area here. I've now got this like slim roof on here, and I've put in the struts. So let's just change to day to show you what it looks like. And yeah, it's taken quite a while, much longer than I expected, but I want to get it right. I want to really get the building done. Now, interestingly enough, on the set or on the model, this is sort of built into this at the back here is like on ground and stuff, and there's ground under here. So what I've just done is done the pile drivers, just put the foundations in. I still haven't finished it because there's a structure here which I've got to put on, but let's just show you what I've done. So I completely rebuilt the steps. So we come in here, and come up. It's much higher as it does in the movie and the film. This is a much wider walkway now than the other previous build we did, and it goes around there. I haven't done the door down the side. There's sort of a, it will, what would be a good idea is I'm going to go into that cooling tower over there, so I haven't built the area here. We've got the same over this side, but I am definitely, I mean, which is not in the build. Yeah, I am definitely keeping this bit. This is going to be the new bit. This is look like the 2015 bit, because I'm going to put the, like, over here as a proper helipad. I'm going to do a good size helipad at the back here. This is the old walkway that was in the other build, so I'm going to just take the roof off that, cut it back down. I think actually I've just realised, what have I actually got there? Does it go down and get cut off? Oh, I've still got the exit, so I could actually, that could be the exit to the helipad. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have stairs, walk around that, and then up to the helipad. That would be a good idea, so I can put that on the back. But we've put the steps, so what I've done is I've carried on with this walkway here in front of the cafe area, which would be here. I'm going to redo the control center. This is lobby, and then I'll redo the control center as per the movie, so I'm going to do that again in the future, and I'm going to sort of reshape the roof. But you can see it is quite a lot different between that and the old one that I built before for the Isla Sorna embryonic center, embryonic lab. So I also got this as well. Look, that's the best I could do. It's sort of stone. It's really solid concrete build with these like metal. I think they're sort of supposed to be metal poles here which come out. So I've just done the representation there. So there we go. So I did a lot more than I expected at the end. I hope you like it. As you can see, that thing over there is floating. It won't be floating by the time I finish. It's gives me an opportunity now to landscape it. And what I've thought of doing is it was sort of on stilts here. So I'm going to put the water in and some plants, and then I'm just going to, I'll tell you what I can do actually. I'm just going to put probably some ground stuff in. So brush, sphere, 3. Ooh, not 23, because you can't do that. I wish I could. Let's just do that. Ah, you can't bind a wooden one. Bind that one instead. There we go. Right, so let's just go and test it over here somewhere where it's all right. So we'll just right click it. Probably over here needs a bit of a, yeah, that's ooh, maybe a 2. Let's have a look at that. So you can play around with that. 2. Let's see if that's smaller. That's better. That's better. So it means, especially for this cooling tower, I can now rebuild. That's about the right height, I think. So it'll be like into the rocks. So if I just go down here and just whack. Aha! So that could be actually 3. Let's do that. So this is how we do it. Ooh. Yes. Ooh, I could actually do 4. See, this is how you do it. Let's just try this. Yes. So that means the cooling tower, if I get this exactly right now, I can build and literally, that's pretty good, isn't it? See? And then we can sort of build this in the back here, and I can come around the back here so the rock face can, you won't notice any difference. Aha, because there's no floor in it, because I didn't do the floor. Look at that. That's good. We like that. So it looks like it's part of the mountain. There we go. Just put that in there, and vice versa, in fact, because that means that we can. Oh! That's in trouble sometimes. Oh, that was rubbish. Ooh, oh, that's actually all right because that's the back there, but that's not what I really wanted. And I can just add on now to this, and then we can smooth it off. It will go green, so it sort of goes green, and I can sort of read it. But I didn't expect that. That was a bit silly. And the trouble is, it eats into the. If I just, this is how I do it. There we go. So anyway, we've gone well over the 30 minutes now. So what I'm going to say is thank you very much for watching. We are going to mix and match these videos. So I haven't decided what to do next, but I might just start off with one building. I might start off with the garage. That'd be good, wouldn't it? That's the sort of first thing you need when you're building an island. You need a garage. Might do a bit more of that, and I might go somewhere else. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you like. If you're new to us, please sub and come back. And if you're new to us, go and have a look at the other 240 videos. Thank you for all the guys and girls who have been following me for now years. Thanks for all the support and comments. I love watching the comments. I try to answer them all, but there we go. We do the best we can. So thank you very much indeed, and see you next time. Bye bye.